If you're planning on coming down to Indy this weekend, expect delays. There'll be plenty of these in your way. A trip to the gas station is a little less excruciating than it was, say, a month ago, especially for commuters. Now, Savage's Ale House on the corner of Washington and High Street is a place where people can grab a bite and a beer, normally. But tonight, people feasted their eyes on something completely different. If you look right over here, it's finally been marked off for demolition. The women's soccer team has gotten out to its best start since 2007. I caught up with Coach Craig Roberts and the team to talk about their early success. Prosecutors say that in an era where school violence is common, these aren't looked at as simply pranks. Angelique Wood works hard. But sometimes working as hard as her just isn't enough.
My house was almost foreclosed on. My van was repossessed. So I had nothing pretty much.
Wood is one of an estimated 20,000 people in Delaware County currently living below the poverty line.
I didn't grow up in poverty, but I became in poverty situationally. I lost my job.
Wood has been unemployed for 2 years now. A single mother with 2 boys, she sought help anywhere she could find it.
I had tried to go everywhere to get assistance, and I was being turned down everywhere. So I got really upset.
Luckily for Wood, there was one organization that was willing to provide a helping hand. Teamwork for Quality Living. Now, Teamwork for Quality Living is based out of Grace Episcopal Church on Madison Street. The organization is currently helping over 70 people work their way out of poverty. Teamwork has a unique approach.
What we do is we offer a place where we can facilitate relationships, and we know that relationships are the driving force for individuals in poverty.
Speakers were a whole no-go.
Working in circles, Teamwork allows those in poverty to interact with others.
I was in depression for quite a long time, and I just didn't even want to leave the house. That's one thing that all these relationships that I've built that's helped that.
And with the support of Teamwork, Wood has been able to put her life back on track, working with AmeriCorps and putting herself through school.
After I graduate, I know I'll be able to get a job that pays a little more.
And with only a year and a half of schooling to go, Wood isn't too far off from her goal.
And I'm going to go to the printer.
In Muncie, Alex Miller, NewsLink, Indiana.
Gas prices are at their lowest in 6 months, and commuters are understandably happy. Alex Miller is live at the Marathon Station on Bethel and Tillotson. Alex?
Well, Mike and Sarah, with the price of gas currently sitting at $3.25 a gallon, a trip to the gas station is a little less excruciating than it was, say, a month ago, especially for commuters. People are starting to roll into their gas stations to find surprisingly lower prices. But this wasn't always the case.
They were awful.
With average prices exceeding $4 this summer, dread was a common theme at the pump.
Did not like that.
And filling up was a little scarier for Ball State junior Brandon Gore.
I'm running about 55 miles every day if I work.
Gore commutes from Alexandria to Muncie every day. He figures he spends close to $60 a week on gas.
I usually fill up about twice a week.
But relief seems to be coming for commuters like Gore. The average price of gas in the state of Indiana dropped almost 20 cents this week.
It's actually helping out a lot. I'm spending about $20 less right now than I was last month.
And Gore hasn't been the only one benefiting. Ball State student Kim Feasby is also taking advantage of the lower prices.
I'm loving it. I'm going out and doing more now and just living it up like I couldn't because of the gas prices when they were higher.
Now Gore and Feasby are aware prices tend to fluctuate, but they are remaining optimistic.
Hopefully it'll continue to drop for a while and save me some money so I can be prepared for winter.
Now let me give you an idea of the difference of price we're seeing right now. If you were to say come in, fill up a 15-gallon tank, it would cost you about $48, which is actually $5 less than what you would have been paying about a month ago. So it kind of all adds up. And I think I speak on behalf of all average drivers out there when I say this. Let's hope this price drop continues. Live in Muncie, Alex Miller, NewsLink, Indiana.
Does anybody need tickets?
It had only been 14 months since the last time David Letterman was in town. but people were still excited to see him.
I'm looking forward to hearing David Letterman talk again, and I'm sure he's going to be really funny.
Students, faculty, and community members packed Emmons Auditorium on Friday. They came to see Letterman's conversation with political analyst Rachel Maddow.
David Letterman.
After an introduction from Ball State President Joanne Gora and 2 standing ovations, the conversation was underway.
Thank you very much.
The 2 hosts sounded off on topics like politics.
Politics and our country and the way we treat each other ought to be inspiring.
The Occupy Wall Street movement.
I think that their goal is to change political priorities in the country.
And the UC Davis pepper spray incident, among other things.
I will say, I know for a fact that pepper spray is excellent on salads.
While there were those who came to laugh at Letterman's jokes, many audience members enjoyed listening to Maddow's views on politics.
What's wrong with being smart? What's wrong with being well educated? It's great. We need that, more of that.
And building off of last year's success with tweeting questions into Letterman, audience members were encouraged to contribute to the discussion via Twitter. The conversation itself ran a little under an hour and 15 minutes. Maddow first warmed up the crowd by telling them some late-breaking news that an upcoming Republican presidential debate would be moderated by Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump. Now, at first, the crowd burst out in laughter, but then Maddow had to tell them it was not a joke, it was just the news. Brandon?